Здравствуйте, my friends, and welcome back to Frosty Kiss. Now, last time we stayed with Uljana and lit some firework. And this time we'll go back with Alisa to the house. Which I suppose, given the length of the Uljana route, might probably be the Alisa ending. But that is just me guessing. Also, different than what I said last episode, we will make one ending per episode. Just because of the fact otherwise we'll already be through like the day after tomorrow or something. And I think we deserve a bit more. So, one ending per day. So let's go get a warm. If you want to freeze over, that's your choice. I'm out of here. Alisa cast a glance on me and headed back to the apartment. Hey, wait for me. Yeah, run away, cowards. She kept shouting something at us, but a heavy thud of the massive front door drowned her monologue. She's so naughty. Alisa was standing near the radiator, rubbing her frozen hands. Well, it's Uljana, you know. She's just a walking spark plug. God damn it, there's a little fly on my monitor! Go away, little fly. It's winter, you should be dead. I'm an evil person. I won't help her to be... Oh, it won't help her to be less naughty, will it? No argument there. Silence hung in the air. So, how are you and stuff? I haven't really had a word with you. In fact, I knew practically nothing about her. Why? Have you become some kind of investigator? Nah, it's just... I can ask you about that, can't I? Well, you already know where I live. I also attend classes. You do? Where? Why do you care? I really didn't care that much, as I had started the conversation just to kill time. Alisa checked her pockets for some reason. I'll go back to Lena. I forgot my phone there. Do you really need it now? You can get it later. And what if Jania rings up? Well, let's go together then. I wanted neither to be left alone nor to freeze over outside. But up there, with a bit of luck, I could even get some snack. My gut was rumbling in anticipation of a feast, as I had decided to have no food back at home. By the way, am I the only one who gets crazy by the flickering lights? Let's go then. She pushed a muddy call button, and we heard a humming sound coming from the elevator shaft. Maybe we should climb up the stairs. Alisa snorted and waved her hand in an inviting gesture. Wanna make this on your too? Well, go ahead. I've had my fun climbing up with the bags, thank you. Next moment, the elevator doors slide open, letting a couple of people out. The elevator was pretty old, according to the graffiti like Wasya was here in 1967. Oh yeah, okay, that is old. I was about to step inside when I felt something was odd in there, so I couldn't bring myself to make another move. What's this all about? I've already used that elevator before. Nah man, I don't know, I wouldn't go in the elevator if it feels like it's falling down or something. What's the halt? I was just thinking. Having put aside the blur signs of unconsciousness. No, the blur signs of the unconscious. I entered the elevator and pushed the button. The doors closed in front of us, and the elevator started his soft movement. For a while we didn't drop a word, and some odd rattling and ticking of the elevation mechanism was the only thing to break the silence that hung in that tiny, barely illuminated elevator cabin. Suddenly the light flickered once, and then again, for the last time, before it went off. But the biggest problem was the elevator got stuck as well. A good thing you went in there. Oh, we were already in the elevator in this picture. I thought we were standing in front of it. Oh well. The cabin shook, making Alisa lose her balance. She nearly fell over me, but I managed to put my arms around her and support her as my back hit the wall. Are you okay? Yeah, you can let me go now. Or is her face really red? Or is that just because of the light? I could tell by her voice that she was quite embarrassed. I released her and took my cell phone out of the pocket. The light from the screen revealed a frightened girl's face. What was that? The elevator stuck. I immediately dialed Slavian. She must have got the phone with her, as she was the person Uljana had called to. No answer. I dialed her about 5 or 6 times, but she never answered. Alisa looked as if she had become smaller. She turned pale and flattened herself against the corner, staring aimlessly and barely moving her lips. Got anything? Her eyes were full of hope. Nothing at all. My teeth grated irritatedly as I put my cell phone back in the jeans pocket. So what do we do now? My legs had gone numb, so I tried to relax them somehow. Well, what can we possibly do? Perhaps the girls will notice our absence. But we've got to wait until then. Alisa grew even paler. No way I'm going to stay locked in this box. Well, except if you're having claustrophobia. Whoops. Damn it, mouse. Start cooperating, will you? Except in case you have claustrophobia, there is actually no reason to be this unreasonable right now. So, keep it together, Alisa. Hey, somebody! Anybody! Help! We've got stuck in the elevator! Only the echo answered her call. It's futile. You'd better try getting through with your cell phone instead of just sitting here doing nothing. Are you even thinking of doing something? I didn't plan to spend New Year in here. You haven't even tried to push any buttons, have you? But I've pushed them already. I poked the muddy panel one more time just to prove her wrong. You see now? Keep on calling then. She went on to thrash the doors even harder. Having sighed, I picked up the cell phone again and dialed the good old number for the 100th time, though the result was the same as before. Perhaps I should send her a message. Hope she will read it. Alisa and I got stuck in the elevator. Slavia, call somebody. Your message has been sent. I thought he would how do you call that? He would have no connection, right. I guess that ought to do the trick. Alisa tried calling for help for a while, but without any success. Eventually, she gave out a sigh of weariness and sat back in her corner. So? Still nothing. Great. Her once ardent eyes were full of despair. What's the time? My cell phone battery nearly ran out of juice, so looked at the barely visible face of the wristwatch instead. It's 11 o'clock. Alisa nodded and just went on gazing into space. Sometimes I just like to watch her behavior. About a minute ago, she was ready to tear those damned elevator doors apart with her bare hands. But there she were, sitting lowly, as if she had already resigned herself to fate. Apart from our breaths, there was no other source of heat. In contrast, there were too many ways that the cold air could come through. I'm freezing. She moved her frozen shoulders. It's getting a little bit awkward. I didn't really feel either cold or warm, so without a moment's hesitation, I took off my coat and tried to cover Alisa with it, but she just replied, "But what about you?" It's alright. It really wasn't, but I couldn't stand watching Alisa freeze to death. I'll just start jumping till I get my juices flowing, that's all. It seemed as if my artificial encouraging smile had worked out. Just you try that. If we fall down, I'll kill you. I'm alright, seriously. Just take the coat. Well, sit down then. She moved as much as it was possible, giving me some space near her. As soon as I had somehow forced myself in the corner, Alisa covered us with my coat. It's much better now. I just don't want you to freeze because of me. That is all. Since Alisa and I got under the same roof, it was only getting warmer. How long are we going to be stuck here, do you think? Truly speaking, I was a bit scared when the lights went off and Slavia didn't answer my call. I think I've seen a Hollywood horror film that starts the same way. Oh yeah, most likely. Especially on New Year's Eve, this is a shitty situation. I wonder how long it actually would take someone to come out. I have no clue, but let's hope for the best. To hell with such thoughts. I'm sorry for shouting at you and everything. Nah, it's okay. But I mean it. I'm sorry for losing my temper. It's alright. Alisa let out a sigh. And what's the time now? I cast a glance over the wristwatch and told her, "It's 11:30.
New Year's spent in the elevator. Who would have thought it?
We both laughed out quietly. I wonder what the others are doing right now.
What do you mean?
Well, Slavia doesn't pick her phone. Nobody will be looking for us.
Hush!
What is it now? She just hissed at me. Then I managed to hear someone thumping up the stairs in the distance.
Come on, get up!
She literally jumped up the elevator doors.
Hey! Help! We're stuck in the elevator!
Yeah! Call somebody! An impish and familiar voice answered us.
And I thought why the elevator wasn't coming. So now I have to rush the stairs just because you found nothing better to do than get yourself stuck in there, huh?
Bite your tongue and call somebody already.
Alright.
The sound of footsteps passed us and headed up the stairs. That's a huge load off my mind. Now, when the girls know where we are, they will surely find a way to get us out. It looked as if Alisa had similar thoughts. Her eyes were sparkling again as they used to, and even her moves suggested that she regained self-confidence.
Semyon! Hurrah!
Yeah, I was glad, but also couldn't help feeling a bit sad about it, because I knew that everything would be over soon. We will return to the girls, and then celebrate this out. And after that, we will just go our separate ways, merging in the everydayness of this huge megalopolis. And only sometimes we will remember this day and think of it as an unhoped-for experience, nothing more.
You aren't too happy about it, are you?
By the way her smile faded, I could tell that she knew what was happening in my head. I am. Why not? Anyways, I somehow managed to live on my own till now, and it's not like I won't be able to hang out with her again. Screw this. Here goes nothing. Hey, Alisa, will you have some free time this week?
Maybe. Why?
She was genuinely astonished. Well, I don't know. Perhaps you can call in on me someday? I just couldn't make up any coherent reason. Yeah, that sounds like Semyon.
Will you tell me why?
Listen, just come by sometime, okay?
Okay.
Such turn of events startled me a bit. Alisa had agreed without any argument, hadn't she?
I will hold you to that. And well, thanks for the coat, I suppose.
Excuse me, I don't know why this, but somehow this picture amuses me. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's her hair. Like, it looks kinda out of proportion. She looked so pretty when she blushed that I couldn't resist. Also the music, it's also the music. The music feels like, she looked so pretty when she blushed that I couldn't resist a sudden urge to hug her softly around the shoulders.
Hey, what are you doing?
Though Alisa wasn't trying to resist. Damn, what am I even? Oh, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I took off my hands from her shoulders, but suddenly she put her arms around me.
Very well.
I could feel a heartbeat even through the coat. Her cheeks literally turned as red as her bright hair. Something warm and soft touched my cheek.
Happy New Year.
I heard her whispering in my ear. Then something started rattling, and the next moment the lights were on again. The elevator came back to life too, and started its quiet movement, regaining its normal speed. Eventually, Alisa released me and looked into my eyes.
Just you try to forget you've invited me.
And so I could see that her usual arrogant and scornful mask was back, though I was too well aware of what hides behind it. And what if I do try to forget?
Then I will forget to come too.
She prodded me jokingly. The next moment, the elevator door slid open. A blinding light of luminous lamp made us narrow our eyes. And then there was that impish voice again.
So, how's the ride?
Quite good. The eyes eventually adapted to the bright light, and I was able to see Ulyana's malicious smile.
Come on, everyone is just waiting for you.
Having uttered her invitation, Ulyana disappeared in the doorway. She left the door ajar, so we were able to hear usual holiday greetings, clinging of glasses and quiet laughter. We exchanged looks and laughed quietly. We were both satisfied with our today's celebration.
So, shall we go then?
Do we have to?
She frowned. Haven't you thought they would be gossiping about us? Has it bothered you? Has it bothered you before? Yes, believe it or not. Alright. Let's go. Oh, he gets no real kiss from Alisa either? But I thought that was an Uljana-only joke. Oh. No, I felt so special because I understood that. Like the one time I get a Russian reference. Okay, because I was told in Everlasting Summer. But still, like, come on. I felt so special. Aww. Oh well. Oh, by the way, what is interesting in this ice ring we have here in the picture, like Lena is a camp picture, Alisa is a camp picture, Miku is a camp picture, but Uljana's grown up, as far as I can see from here. So, I don't know. Maybe the creators didn't feel good putting like a small Uljana in there. Okay, so that was Alisa. Yay! I think next time I'll try to do Slavia. I know it's stupid because actually you should keep the best for the end. But I still feel like I shouldn't do it next. I really want to do it next. Against my better judgment. Oh, I just wanted to edit the episode and then I realized I didn't talk about the episode itself. So, yeah, I like the Uljana one better, to be honest. Not only because I like the character and the route of Uljana and Everlasting Summer better. I mean, I do, but what was so great about the Uljana route is that it felt very much like a continuation of Everlasting Summer, like an actual continuation, that also at the same time brought something to the table. Like you felt, Simeon learned in the camp from Uljana that he should enjoy life more. And when he came back, he fell kind of back in his old ways. And she reminded him of what could be, you know? And that is what was so good about it. And in the short gameplay time they had, like, I don't think you could have done the Uljana route any better in the short gameplay time it had. Like, the more I think about it, the more I actually like it. The Alisa route, I mean, it didn't bring so much to the table. First of all, I think elevator stuck stories should be longer. Like, these are usually the stories where two characters get really, really close and talk about in-depth feelings. And I mean, this wasn't all that long. Also, what they talked about, it was a little bit of like Alisa, as mentioned, Alisa being hard on the outside, harsh and cool on the outside, and soft on the inside. But except for that, I mean, as mentioned, it didn't bring all that much to the table. And yeah, that's why I'm like, well, okay. I mean, it wasn't like it was horrible, or it was not even like it was bad. But it wasn't like it was... This wasn't like great or something. So, I